Dreamscape presents The Highest of Hopes by Susan Ann Mason, narrated by Susan Boyce. Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. Psalm 31:24, New International Version. Prologue. Late May 1919. Emmaline Moore stepped up to the ship's railing and peered through the mist to catch her first glimpse of the Nova Scotia shoreline, now becoming visible. It was a most welcome sight after a week at sea. A week since she'd left her home in England to embark on this journey, 6 weeks since she'd found her beloved grandfather dead on his bedroom floor. 2 weeks since she'd sold Granddad's watch shop and handed over the key to the new owner. All because of a packet of letters she'd found in his desk that had turned Emma's life upside down. She shivered and pulled her collar up around her chin. Beside her at the rail, Grace Abernathy, a friend she'd made on the voyage, turned to give her a wobbly smile. Emma's emotions, too, were running high. Sadness at leaving the people she'd met on the ship, and nervousness as to what the future would hold for her now. "Are you still planning to spend a few days in Halifax before heading to Toronto?" Grace asked. Emma glanced farther down the rail to where Jonathan stood gulping in the sea air. Her dear friend and traveling companion had suffered extreme seasickness the entire journey and still looked ready to empty the contents of his stomach over the side of the ship. "I think we have to. Not that the ship's doctor isn't competent, but I won't be satisfied that Jonathan's truly all right until another doctor pronounces him healthy. Plus, he'll need a few days of rest to get his strength back before we set off on the next leg of the trip. Of course, you must put his health above everything right now." Grace gave a slight shrug. "I would have loved the company on the train, though. Quentin's not sure where he's headed, but he has some sleuthing to do in Halifax first." Quentin Aspinall, another kindred soul searching for family members in Canada, was a true gentleman who had served as their protector during the voyage, keeping away unwanted attention from other males. Emma smiled. "Perhaps we'll all meet up in Toronto once we get there." "Perhaps we will." Grace turned to face the water, but not before Emma caught sight of tears welling in her friend's eyes. She reached over to squeeze Grace's arm, silently offering up a prayer for her well-being. The ship's horn sounded as a warning to prepare for...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?